Sleeping Beauty. Once upon a time, in a land far away, a princess named Rose was born. The king and queen held a great feast to celebrate her birth. The entire kingdom, including Rose's 4 fairy godmothers, came to the castle for the grand event. The fairy godmother presented gifts to Rose. "My gift is a kind heart," said the first. "Mine is the gift of a playful spirit," said the second fairy godmother. "Mine is the gift of wisdom," said the third. Suddenly, a great crash of thunder erupted in the sky. The doors to the hall burst open. In stepped the evil empress, who ruled the dark forest outside the kingdom. "It seems you forgot to invite me," the empress scolded the king and queen. "No matter, I have my own gift for this sweep." The empress walked to the crib and looked down at the sleeping baby. "Yes, princess, you will grow up to be kind and playful and wise, but in your 18th year you will prick your finger on a spinning wheel and fall dead." The thunder crashed again and the evil empress disappeared. The king and queen were frightened. "What can we do to save our child?" the king cried. The 4th fairy godmother now gave her gift to Rose. "I cannot change the empress's spell," she said, "but I can soften it. Princess Rose will not die, but will fall into a deep sleep. Her true love's kiss will revive her." As she grew, Princess Rose displayed all of the virtues her fairy godmothers had given her. She was kind and wise, and she brought joy to all those around her. But the king and queen remembered the evil spell and worried about Rose constantly. The guards watched over her day and night. One day, when Rose was 18, she decided to explore the lands around the castle by herself. She slipped away from the guards. Soon she came upon a cottage. An old woman sat by the door, spinning thread on a big wooden wheel. "Hello, child," said the old woman. "Come, see what I am spinning." The spinning wheel turned round and round. Rose was spellbound. She reached out a hand. When Rose's finger touched the thin spindle, she crumpled to the ground. The old woman looked down at the princess and smiled. Thunder boomed, and the old woman turned into the evil empress. She laughed and disappeared. Princess Rose was laid on a bed of gold and covered with blankets of the finest silk. Her 4 fairy godmothers watched over her. The king and queen sent word to kingdoms far and wide. They asked for brave knights and handsome princes to come to the castle to try and break the sleeping spell. Day after day, the kingdom welcomed its gallant visitors. One by one, they knelt by the princess and kissed her cheek, but none of them could wake Rose. Finally, the king and queen ordered their fairy godmothers to cast a sleeping spell on the entire castle. It would only be broken when the princess awoke. Many years later, a young prince came to the old, crumbling castle. He went inside and wandered its quiet halls. In the kitchen, cooks were fast asleep on the countertops. Sleeping maids were leaning against their brooms. Court musicians were slumbering on their instruments. Finally, the prince wandered into the princess's chambers, where he came face to face with the 4 fairy godmothers. "Please, kind prince," said one, "a single kiss from the princess's true love will break the sleeping spell. Are you her true love?" The prince knelt down beside Rose and kissed her on the cheek. The princess stirred, then opened her eyes. "I had the most wonderful dream," she said softly. "I dreamed of my true love. I dreamed of you." All over the castle, men, women, and children awoke. The king and queen rushed to the princess's chamber. Rose was there with the prince who had broken the spell. The king and queen held a great feast to celebrate the wedding of Princess Rose and her true love, and they all lived happily ever after. The end. If you liked the story, give it a thumbs up below, and if you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one.